What up with you guys? You know who it is. It's your boy John Mike, and today we're going to be talking about the Oxygen Pro versus the regular Oxygen that just came out. And I'm going to be giving you a little bit of insight in the key differences between these two boards and hopefully help you make a decision about which one you want to spend your hard-earned dollars on. So speaking of cost, let's jump right in and talk about the cost. So the Oxygen Pro is going to start around $259 if you get into 49, and then you're talking about maybe a little bit cheaper if you get to 25, but $299 for this particular model, the 61 key model. So you're talking about $300. And then whereas the Oxygen, regular Oxygen, starts at $179 and a little bit cheaper for the 25, but we're talking about 49 to 61 keys, which most people tend to jump on versus the 25 keys. So those are the difference in terms of the pricing. Now, of course, control, they do offer similar levels of control because you have the 9 faders, you have the 9 buttons, you have the 8 encoder knobs, all of that stuff like that. Now you have 8 pads on here versus 16, albeit these pads are smaller and more geared towards people who want to launch clips and do things with Ableton, all in that board versus this. You can do some Ableton launching and some clip launching, but it's mainly geared towards people that want to kind of play it out and play pads, and they both kind of have the same kind of firmness to them. So you can do beat pads, you can do clip launching, you can do knobs and faders and transport controls. They also brought over the ARP mode and the scale mode and the chord mode from the Oxygen Pro. They both share those same similar options or what have you. So you're not really losing any much in terms of control. There's a little bit more buttons to play with on the Pro versus the Oxygen, of course, and more pads and more of an Ableton side style launcher if you use Ableton. Now, one thing, the buttons on the Oxygen, whereas the transport controls are a little bit less clicky. These are more, you can hear that, versus, you see what I'm saying? So those are different. Pitch bend and mod wheel are pretty much the same. The control, you're not really losing much in terms of the control. Where you start to see the Pro shine is on things like in and out. So you have MIDI out on the Pro. You don't have any MIDI out on here. So if that's something, if you want to control other gear, external sound modules or linking boards together or things like that, control your own boards that you have, then you won't be able to do that with the non-Pro, with the regular Oxygen. You have to get the Pro for that. That's where it kind of shines at for that. Another place where they differentiate, of course, is the keys. So the Oxygen Pro gives you a semi-weighted feel with aftertouch. So that is very, very, very dope that this has aftertouch at that price point. Whereas the M-Audio Oxygen 5 is more synth action. It's a lighter touch, but it does not have aftertouch at all on it. So very, very sensitive in the keys though. It's definitely a great feel. And I'll be honest with you. I honestly enjoy playing the Oxygen 5 versus the Pro. In terms of like expressivity and just the way the keys kind of feel in my hands when I'm playing. It's not a bad feel over here, but this just kind of, I don't know, it just feels smoother to me. That's just me. If I had to choose purely on key feel, if I was like gonna be playing out somewhere and I needed a keyboard, a MIDI controller to just kind of gig around with, I'd probably grab like a 61 key. It was out of the studio, that is, if I was playing live or something. I'd probably grab a 61 key version of this. I just like the feel and the expressiveness of these keys and how just it's kind of a little bit smoother to me than the Pro, and they're a lot less noisy. So you can literally, if you're in the bedroom, if you're your bedroom producer and you're producing and you have a significant other in the room with you, you can play these keys without having to make noise, make too much noise. Maybe if you're playing and singing at the same time, this won't make a whole lot of noise versus this. Same run here. These are a little bit more clunky, and that's the semi-weightedness of it that kind of gives it that clunky kind of sound. Whereas this a little bit more there. So that's kind of my thing on the keys. That's where it really differs. But software is also another place where the Pro shines over the non-Pro, because you get a full suite of software. You get DB33, you get Velvet, you get Pro Tools First, you get Ableton Live, you get MPC Beats, you get all of their expansion packs, you get Hybrid 3, you're getting Expand, you're getting a ton of software that comes with the Pro versus the Oxygen 5. You're just getting like Ableton Live, Pro Tools, and you'll get like MPC Beats and a handful of expansions to kind of go with it. You know, that's where the differences lie. Pricing, software, in and out, key bed. You know, as far as control, there's not going to be a whole lot of difference besides the extra pads here and a few extra little buttons to kind of click on, you know, which may or may not help your workflow. This is kind of a little bit more stripped down, but you still get the art mode, the chord mode, the scale mode that are found in the Pro. So those are kind of those key differences that I wanted to kind of point out, because I had some people that asked, well, what's the difference between the Pro and the Oxygen 5? You know, what are those key differences? So I wanted to do a video to kind of, you know, highlight those differences and show the difference between these two. So I hope this video helped you. I hope it blessed you. I hope it maybe even helped you to, you know, make a purchase decision between maybe these two boards or maybe this board and another board, or so on and so forth. But one of the things you can do to help me out real quick is you can hit the like button, you can hit the subscribe button, you can join this channel, you can turn on notifications, do all those things that you do on the video. I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Holla at your boy.